Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and this week I'm going to do my stash ads video for the kits that I picked up in April. Not very many kits right now. I do have some on their way from my sponsor, Hobby Nut Models, which I will have a link in the video description below. But unfortunately, the ones I'm showing today, I did not pick up through Hobby Nut Models. I'm always checking his site, seeing what he's got and what kits are available, but sometimes I have my mind on a kit or two, and other times it's spur of the moment things. All of these were picked up here locally, and it was just kind of funny how it worked out. But this is from a local hobby shop here. I picked this up. I was looking for, well, I was kind of looking for this kit, but I was, I had my eye open for an older version, trying to pick it up with some of my friends here. But I forgot that AMT actually did reissue this kit in 2022. And since I saw it in the hobby shop, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll pick this one up and see how it differs from the previous kit, which actually dug it out right here just to look into, because I have this one and there was another version of it, but this box is huge compared to this one. But thankfully, because I was wondering about the wheels and some of the stuff, even though it's really a parts kit, but I wanted both tops, make sure it had both tops, and I like the fact that it still had the wheels. So that's mainly what I got it for. The decals on this one are really nice though, compared to some of the previous ones. So that was one of the things that surprised me. You got some really nice gauges here, the Corvette logos, the different emblems here for the 327s. So some really nice stuff here in the fuel injection engines, and the flames are pretty cool too. But that was kind of a nice surprise to see the decal sheet and what it is. And since it still has the 63 hubcaps. But actually, I did show you guys my 67 rebuilder convertible here. I needed some parts for it, so the main thing was this windshield frame was grafted in and broken. And I can fix it, but I decided if I can get another kit, I'll just swap it all over again. I wanted both tops in the glass, so being that I needed those parts, that's kind of why I grabbed this kit. So when I saw it in the shelf there, and I'm like, all right, I'll pick this one up. Next up is this one, AMT 64 Plymouth Belvedere, the Lawman. This is the super stock version. I remember when this kit came out, and I was recently reading a book about all of the 62 to 69 Mopar racing cars, the super stock wars and all the max wedges and everything. I finished that book. I read a lot. This car was in there. Now I'd remember the kit, and I didn't get the kit the first time, and it's only been issued the one time that I know of, and I was starting to look for it online, and very hard to find. Anybody online really didn't have it, and I was just keeping my eye open. I wasn't able to make it to the Desert Scale Classic. I had to work that day. That's been my luck lately with shows. I wasn't able to make it to Model Zona. It's been really hard for me because, work schedules and everything. But I wanted to get this kit and just had my eyes open for it. So when I walked into the hobby shop, which some of these shops that don't sell online, their inventory kind of sits for a while. This kit's from 2016, and it was still there, still sealed and everything. So I picked it up and I bought it. One thing I couldn't remember with this kit was which engine was in it. Because, from the box art pictures, the two I saw on eBay, it just says 426 super stock. It doesn't say Hemi, so I'm like, well, maybe it's a max wedge. That's the max wedge scoop. The 4 headlights would be the max wedge. 2 headlights would be the Hemi car. And then the double hump scoop would be max wedge. But this one has both hood scoops, Hemi or max wedge, but it does have the max wedge engine. So I was like, all right. So I was looking for this one, and I was happy to find this one. But again, it was one of those walked in, paid for it like it just came out, $35, but it was there, brand new, sealed. I was just kind of dumbfounded that it was sitting there. So I was like, all right, cool. Next up is this one. Here locally, Andy's Hobby headquarters had their kind of grand opening of their new warehouse / store. So everybody was going, all the YouTubers kind of, in town. We got a ton of them here. Of course, he has his own channel as well. So he's online. He does not sponsor me. but we do know each other. I mean, it's a modeling community. We all pretty much know each other and run into each other all the time. So this is one that many of you mentioned about the 4-cylinder Shelby Turbo, and that it's much more accurate compared to the Charger one. So that had me intrigued, but his store was stocked up with a lot of the latest stuff, and so I picked this one up there as well. So pretty happy with this one. I'll check it out. I'm not sure, if I'm gonna build it as the Shelby Daytona Z, or if I'm gonna, I'll at least look at the motor. It comes with a V8, so there's some interesting parts in here. But I hadn't thought about this particular one. But when I did my video on the other one, you guys had mentioned, check this one out. You might like it. So here it is. I'm gonna check it out and see what I think of it. I think that's kind of funny looking at that picture and seeing the transverse mounted V8 in there. That would just be crazy. Be fun to drive. A heck of a burnout, but the torque steer on that, if it, unequal shafts, would be interesting. How they even hooked up the motor to it. Maybe an Olds Toronado 3-speed transmission. But definitely the Chrysler Tranny wouldn't survive that. But pick this one up. And then Andy as well, being that he does so many of the other brands, and he imports his own. He doesn't really go through any of the other distributors. He literally gets containers shipped to him direct. So he gets a ton of kits, and he's able to buy just unbelievable quantities. Plus he has kits made of his own. Sorry, this is not a commercial for Andy's. But just kind of, this is one that I had seen, and I hadn't seen it here in the States. And I had been interested in it. Some people have done some videos on it. Now it's kind of funny. I have a resin stock body. Don't know, I think it's all American models, but I'm not 100% sure. To take one of the AMT Back to the Future DeLoreans and turn it into a stock DeLorean. So I'm going to post some pictures up of both of those, the kit and the resin body. But there are a few things that it's short. One thing is the stock decals, which are not shown on this box that I see. So the decals aren't shown. And this one, the door is open. And it was confusing on whether or not, because Aoshima, I believe is how you say that. I've gotten one or two that are Lamborghinis, and the doors are posable, but not really functional, where you can, pose them up or pose them down. But this one looks like that it actually pivots on the hinges. If any of you actually built this, let me know. But it looks like it pivots on the hinges, but it's got this strut piece, and you can put that in place and it'll hold the door open, or you can take it out and let it down. It says not to glue it. But this cover on the back, you can open it up, and let's see, they show the door in both positions. But you can open the cover, which I don't think they show. It's in the directions. So I was checking it out, and it shows how it's done. Here's those decals, by the way. So there's the DMC 12 decals that go on the side. And it shows that you can glue them into the thing and it'll hold the cover up, but it still has the other engine cover, so you really can't see the engine, even though the engine's right there. And I think that one moves too. I'm really not sure. But I am really curious about this particular kit. The DeLorean is, it's an interesting car, and because of the Back to the Future movies, I've always been interested in it, but interested in a real car, which is how I got kind of involved in reading about it and its story. And of course, John DeLorean being the father of the GTO, and that eventually he tried to start his own company, and unfortunately made some bad decisions. Some we know of, some we may not know of, don't really know, but we do know the story of the DeLorean car and what happened to it. And that, it's been kind of back to the company. So it's very interesting. But I wonder how many of you guys, if you painted this thing, or what did you do for the stainless steel body? Did you bare metal foil the whole body and just paint the bumpers, which is kind of the thought I have with this one? Not really sure best ideas with it. So this one has got my interest as far as how would I build it? What are kind of some tips and whatnot? And if you use bare metal foil, the entire body, how easily does it scratch or peel off, or what kind of like that, or even like a stainless paint? Like I'm not really sure what they used here, but it looks really, really good. So kind of interests me and everything. But anyways, you guys, I wanted to share my latest pickups and everything, and show you what's going on. Like I said, this month, not very much. I do have some on my way from Hobby Nut Models. They're the latest releases from Mobius. Got 3 of them coming, and looking forward to seeing those. And I will share that in next month's video when they're here. They'll probably be here Tuesday, according to tracking. Hobby Nut Models is so far away from me that it takes a while for them to get here, because I'm in Arizona and he's all the way on the other side of the country. And but he's been a great sponsor, but he's had his challenges getting in inventory, and I've had discussions with him about that. But the challenges of running a business. Just wanted to share with you guys, and I will show you those kits when I get those in next month's video. And my purchases are kind of slimming down a little bit too because of the tariffs and some of the pricing. That we'll see what happens with all of that. But we'll see what goes on in that in the future. But anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it, you guys. You have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.